Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week of September 18th to the 24th, 2023. First card out for you is the Earth element. So there's a big focus on your physical reality this week. That would be your health, your home, your foundation, your money. It is quite strong. If you're literally into nature, like hiking or mountain climbing or gardening, you could be really into that as well. You could even be just plant shopping. I am seeing that for quite a few of you actually. And getting out into nature in general, whether it's like a lake or canoeing or whatever you do, I am seeing an outdoor element to this week for a lot of you. If it's not outdoorsy, it has to do with, connecting with the nature, the earth within yourself, taking good care of your body, stretching, working out, eating healthy, nutritious meals, whole foods. So we are seeing you connecting with that earth element, which is really beautiful. We have gifts from God coming out for you as well. It says Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from our Creator. Open your arms to receive. So there is definitely some blessings coming in, even from the Fairy Oracle. We see a butterfly kind of coming in, sort of, I'm viewing it as a messenger, like here is a blessing for you. Here is something that's going to work out in your favor for free, So that's really beautiful. And we have Clean It Up, which came out for Gemini as well, I believe. And I feel like this is a really good week for Virgo energy to just kind of clear up, clean out, and it's just a really good week for literally organizing, cleaning your home, doing laundry, catching up on anything that you need to do, taking care of yourself. That's the energy of Virgo. And I don't know about you guys, I have been struggling with Virgo season personally. Each season of the sun, I feel like it offers us a certain lesson, or each transit offers us a lesson that we can take upon ourselves to learn. And that's why it's so cool to look at astrology and look at where all of the planets are, because it's almost like you have several lessons going on at once. And if you kind of complete that quest that the planet is giving you, then it will gift you with something huge at the end of its transit. I have found that to be so true. And we have the sun changing seasons every single month. So every month we at least have that we can look at. And I feel like Virgo season teaches us to be organized in our lives, to be clean, to be tidy, to take good care of ourselves. I have been struggling with Virgo season this year, and it's really been bothering me, like just the lack of free time. I'm constantly being pulled in all directions by different people. And I feel like that's a very shadow Virgo aspect, I know you're Libra, but bear with me here. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. Maybe you've been struggling as well to make time for yourself and your self-maintenance. And this is the week to kind of catch up and really integrate that lesson, that theme, that energy into your life this week. For example, you may want to avoid making any social plans or working overtime during the weekdays. Make all your social plans for the weekends or your days off, but on those weekdays, really just take care of yourself and enjoy your boring routine. Honestly, like I'm not even a Libra. I don't know why I'm just so personal with you guys today. Maybe you resonate with this, but I've just been craving my routine, my boring routine. Like if you look at my calendar, it is nuts. I'm filming this on the 13th, right? I only had like one day in all of September so far out of 13 days where I didn't have some sort of social obligation or event planned for me. And, I have a crippling ADHD and I cannot focus that well when I know that I have like a social event to go to later. It's been exhausting. Like I am so burnt out. I'm so spread thin. The reason why I'm sharing this with you, I don't know. Maybe you resonate with it because usually I don't babble on this much in readings. But yeah, I just feel like this week is good for you to, just focus within and then kind of take on that Virgo energy, okay, in the last days of its transit, the sun's transit. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse coming out as your first tarot card. This actually does show a sort of domestic misunderstanding not seeing eye to eye with someone who's really, really close to you. And this could be anyone, okay? This could be a partner. This could be someone you live with. This could be a neighbor. If you guys are best friends, you see each other every single day. Like, I'm seeing some sort of dispute that you have been going through with someone. Trouble in paradise, it seems. And this is showing up in the past position. So this is kind of what you have been dealing with. Second card out is the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, we also see your personal happiness is affected. And honestly, here's my take on this. I feel like when you can't give to yourself personally and take care of yourself and make sure all of your needs and wants are met, I feel like your relationships will also suffer a lot as well. And I'm not surprised that these two cards are coming out next to each other, but it is concerning to me. It's a bit of a red flag as a tarot reader when I see descending numbers. So going from a 10 to a 9, it's like taking a step backwards. Okay, so that's something I want you to be aware of here. Or maybe it's asking you to take a step back, like take a step back and focus within, get enough sleep, clean your house up, get some things off your to-do list that have been weighing you down. You know, you don't need to be resolving every issue in your relationships at this moment. Like, you can just be focusing within, and that's totally cool. Third card out for you is the Queen of Cups. We see a water sign here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be though. They could be a female or feminine energy who is older than you or wiser than you or in some sort of higher position than you. They don't have to actually be a water sign, but they have a lot of water qualities here. And they're coming through as a very strong, positive influence in your life. Also, I see you kind of taking on this cups, watery energy of like cleansing emotionally. You have 3 cup cards. This is a very emotional spread so far. This whole row is all about emotions and having some issues in relationships or with your emotions, and trying to balance them out this week and kind of clean up any problems that exist and settle back into your routine. I feel a real need to ground yourself in your routine, you know. This may not be the time to be, you know, exploring new connections or friendships. It may not be the time to do something out of your comfort zone. This may literally be a week where you're being asked to just enjoy your routine and ground yourself in that. Allow it to create some stability for both you and your relationships, because things have been feeling very hectic, very spread thin, up in the air. You know, there's a lot of new energies all around you, and you're needing to ground that and integrate those new energies a little bit more. It may be stressing both you and the people closest to you out. This fact that like so much is changing and there is like just a lot of emotional changes, a lot of shifts in the energy going on, and it's really important that you integrate that by grounding yourself in your routine. So second row out, fourth card is the 7 of Cups in reversed. I mean, come on guys, we have so many cups, and this is a card of disillusionment actually. Something you thought was true was not true. You know, 7 of Cups reverse talks about wearing rose-colored glasses. Well, in reverse, I'm actually feeling this more so as like the rose-colored glasses are coming off for you, which makes a lot of sense because we have Neptune retrograde, and this transit is all about taking those rose-colored glasses off. So from June to December, it's a really good time to see people for exactly who they are. And you may have been noticing people who before you know, idealized or put on a pedestal or, you know, had the heart eyes for, the twinkles in your eyes for. You're starting to see them a lot more clearly for who they actually are. And it may be a little bit sobering. You're like, it's like you're putting glasses on for the first time and you can actually see things in HD for exactly what they are, whereas before things might have been a little bit blurry. I am seeing that. I do wonder if some of you are getting your vision checked. That keeps coming up this week for some reason. Is this a common week to get your vision checked? I don't know. But yeah, I find it interesting too. Again, we're still descending these cups, and this is coming out right underneath the 10 of Cups reversed. 10 of Cups reversed is showing that domestic problem with someone close to you. 7 of Cups in reversed is connecting it to this concept that like you're finally seeing them for who they are. You know, especially if they're kind of newer, but they could be really close to you, you know. If you've only known this person for, I would say, under 3 years, then there's a lot of, like, you're still getting to know each other, in my opinion. And I don't know, I'm seeing that energy where it's like you're really getting to know someone. I'm also getting this sense of like craving long-term, stable, solid, rooted connections. But right now, it feels like a lot of the people in your life are so new, and the roots that they have in your life are very, they're not deep yet, you know? And if a storm comes by, the tree can blow over easily. The tree of this relationship can blow over easily because those roots are still being established here. So you have to be extra careful with new connections in that regard. Yeah, I definitely see rose-colored glasses coming off in some area of your life. Center of your spread is the Two of Wands. There's a lot of thoughts here about what you want to do in the future, planning your future out. Some of you may be planning travel, or not necessarily planning it this week, but you already have like an idea of a trip that you want to book, but it feels like your connections, your relationships, or like your schedule is a little bit like in limbo right now, or not super solid and rooted. So it's like you don't want to keep planning this trip if things feel a little iffy. I don't know, I'm getting something like that, but I am definitely seeing you're starting to ponder about the future and what you may want. I'm seeing a lot of confusion as well about like where you want to live or what you want to do for work long term. And I feel like that can also affect your relationships, because if you're like with certain friends, or especially romantic partners, honestly, and you're like, I don't know where I want to live long term, I don't know what job I'm going to have, that can be really off-putting to the people connected to you, because it's like, well, I want something serious with you. Like, I don't want to invest myself and grow my roots deeper if you don't know those things. Or you could be the one dealing with someone who's like that, where they're just like very up in the air. I don't know where I want to live, I don't know what I want to do. And you're like, I want to grow my roots deeper with you, but if you're unstable, if you don't know what you want long term, that makes me want to put some walls up subconsciously, because I don't want to get myself hurt in the process. So that's really interesting. Sixth card out is the Two of Cups in reverse. Codependency. Yeah, there's definitely a codependent relationship here that I am seeing. Okay, and you're trying to like balance those scales out. 10 of Cups reverse, 2 of Cups reverse, 9 of Cups reverse, 7 of Cups reverse. This is showing a codependent relationship, guys. I don't know who this is, but the thing is, like, especially with the 9 of Cups reverse, this shows me that it's a codependent relationship, because it's like that solid self relationship is lacking. Probably within the both of you, because codependent relationships, it takes two to tango. You know, you're both codependent every time you're in a codependent relationship. So what I want to say here is, are you addicted to the highs and lows of codependent relationships? Okay. Especially if it's like hot and cold, or you have problems one week and then the next week, like, you're madly in love with each other and planning the future, and then it's always back and forth, back and forth. That's very unhealthy, and you have to look at why you keep chasing those highs. Because, you know, when you chase those highs, you get a nice dopamine release out of it, because, you know, those highs may be a little bit more rare than in a normal relationship. And when we have success like that, that's more hard to come by, more scarce, it literally unleashes a lot more positive feel-good emotions in our brain, and then it could become an addicting cycle, because you're chasing that dopamine, you're chasing that good feeling from, you know, someone giving you attention if they rarely give you attention, or a relationship being happy for once when it's rarely happy. And, you know, the thing is, you need to work more on expanding what makes you happy, like having more fulfilling friendships, for example, fulfilling spiritual practices, fulfilling creative hobbies, fulfilling work, fulfilling, you know, time alone, family, everything. Like, make sure your happiness, your dopamine is being sourced from all of these various places, not just from one person, because you will run into so much trouble when you try to source all of your happiness from one person. And if you're having relationship troubles that consume your mind, I want to say that you know, you're in an addictive pattern, because relationship troubles should not be all consuming. I'm going to be honest, like, totally going against everything that Hollywood says. Relationship troubles should not be all consuming. If it's all consuming, I'm worried that you may not have as broad as a support system that you need to have. Your happiness is overly invested in one area. Think of it like finances, okay? They don't really teach finances to a lot of people, but with the stock market, you want to invest your money in multiple stocks, okay? Just in case one of those investments, that company fails and tanks, you won't lose all of your money because you are invested in a broad portfolio of different stocks from different companies. Okay, same thing goes with your happiness. Invest your happiness, your feel-good energy into various areas of your life. And that's like your personal portfolio, your 9 of cups. Notice how the 9 of cups represents personal happiness, and it's 9 cups, 9 different places where they're getting happiness from, like friends, romance, hobbies, creativity, work, family, whatever the heck, you know, like it's a lot of different things coming together to create happiness. Well, actually, it's not even romance. That final cup that makes it the 10 of cups, which is ultimate emotional fulfillment, is someone else's cup. It's a romantic connection or a best friendship. It's a soulmate that comes in to complete the picture. So, but first, before that happens, you have to have all the other 9 cups, you know, you have to have your own happiness. So a lot of these cards are showing some codependency somewhere in your life, and it doesn't have to be romantic, okay? I was in a codependent best friendship for like 11 years, guys, so I understand. I'm also codependent with my cat, Luna. You've probably seen her. The door's shut right now, so she can't come in, but she's in a lot of videos because we just can't be separated. So not good, not healthy. But moving on, final row out. I'm not a Libra, so this message does not apply to me. 4 of Cups in reversed. There is just a dissatisfaction with a relationship. I'm talking about love and relationships a lot because you have almost all water cards, other than your middle card, which is the 2 of Wands, talking about the future. Where is this going? Love is definitely on the brain, as Rihanna says. Or your friendships, your relationships. Like, I feel like your mind's really consumed by a certain connection right now. And there is some fear here that it's not going to work out long term. It's unhealthy. It's codependent. And I feel like the rose-colored glasses are sort of coming off for you. And you're wanting to step away from the illusions that you've experienced in the past in love, where you may have thought someone was your soulmate, your twin flame, whatever, and they really treated you like garbage. You know what I mean? You're trying to step away from that. We have the Lovers coming out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a very healing week for relationships. And I'm not saying well, let's see the final card. 6 of Swords reversed. Okay. Yeah, which is also a pretty big relationship card. It talks about going to peace. Honestly, with this spread, it looks like someone is trying to clean up the issues in a relationship. So this could be even like couples counseling. I wouldn't be surprised if any of you are starting or going to like couples counseling this week, or even just personal therapy. Having someone to talk to. I could totally see that for a lot of you with this spread that's going on here, or even just reading like psychological self-help type of books or content on the internet to better your life. Like, I'm seeing energy like that. 6 of Swords reversed, the Lovers. I do see, I'm seeing a situation here. Do I stay or do I go? And I feel like the majority of you are going to stay and try to work on this. But what I want to say to that is only work on it if you're both willing to work on it. This feels like a tricky emotional situation. Some sort of conflict and chaos that you're having with someone, or even multiple people in your life. Your relationships seem to be suffering a bit right now, but I feel like you're making the decision to stay and work on it. But like I said, only do that if both parties are willing to work on it. Okay, now a select few of you may realize this week that the peace that you are searching for is only going to be found once you let go of a certain connection. I see that as well. And with the Queen of Cups here, this is you making mature emotional decisions. I feel like a sense of elevation when it comes to your emotional maturity this week. Like, you're becoming more emotionally mature, which is really great. This is definitely one of those readings where I want you to watch for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus this week, because this was really like a one-note reading in my opinion. Like, we only talked about love and emotions. So watch for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. lauraspirit.org. I also offer my spiritual life coaching sessions there and my goddess energy intention oil there. Like this video, comment your thoughts and feelings down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thank you guys. Bye bye.